While the microwave is heating up my coffee, I'm just gonna get set up for the video. I'm here to inform you that it's been a really weird year. Probably for a lot of people, but in a very specific way, it's been strange for me. Because this channel is about me, that's what we're going to talk about today. I've been obviously trying to produce more stuff for the channel, been working on a lot of different projects, so on and so forth. I'm now kind of sponsored by a shorts company / clothing brand. Check out the link down below to buy yourself some shorts or other products. They make really good stuff. And then on top of that, I shot a Canon T70 and I actually really enjoyed it. Shot the new Pentax camera and I didn't enjoy that. And then I also shot this, and I liked it. This is a Nikon EM. This is an unrelated third-party 28mm lens on it. I was shooting mostly with a Sigma zoom lens, fucking Sigma A, and then the 50mm Series E lens. And here's the thing, I talked about this before when I discussed this camera in a past video, which was my least favorite camera video, and that's not really like the truth. This isn't like my least favorite camera, there's plenty more, believe me, and this is by no means unusable. But I feel the need to continue to reiterate this point because I've said it before, and yet I will still get some people that are like, actually, the Nikon EM is a really good camera that you should learn how to use, you simpleton. I need to reiterate for the 15th time here. My approach, my perspective has been and will likely always be that of a repair component, because that's what I did. That's what I started out in, was repairing film cameras and assessing their value in terms of selling to others. The Nikon EM is a functional camera from one of the larger, more notable film camera producers in the world, yes. But they usually don't work very well, and even when they do work really well, they don't have a lot of value to them, which is why I bought two of these with lenses, with a bunch of other stuff, for like under $100. They're just not as renowned. They're beginner cameras, they're simple, they're easy. That's it. I'm not saying that they're bad, I'm just saying from my perspective, not my favorite, never really have been. However, and this is where we get to the part where I'm gonna eat a little crow, because I shot with this. And I shot it with my new favorite film, surprisingly, again, weird year, but the Pro Image 100, and the results I got back are pretty good. I mean, for my photos at least. Not the worst photos I've taken. Could I have achieved any of those photos with another camera? Probably. Who's to say? In terms of like using this camera, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's pretty much exactly what you think it would be. Just a very straightforward, put the film in and shoot with it kind of situation. But that level of simplicity is something that I really enjoy in photography a lot of the times. For a few of these images, actually, it was kind of like a backup camera to a larger project, and this was just kind of a secondary shooter situation, and I think for that it is perfect. Like, I don't have to worry about it too much. I just had Pro Image, so it's kind of like portable film, and the way I kind of see it is it's color, and it's just kind of going to be a baseline rendition of what's going on. It's not going to have any kind of like massively shifted color tones or anything like crazy stylized. It's just going to kind of be a static reminder of what happened, if that makes sense. So I think that my mentality when shooting this was kind of just to see if this like shook anything loose within me, if it like really shifted my perception on the camera. And I think it did to a little bit of a degree. I think my mindset has been shifting over the past few years as I've just gotten into more of shooting the cameras to test them and just kind of try to learn to appreciate them for more than just what their resale value is. And I think that this presents itself very nicely for that. For one, it's really compact, it's easy to carry with you, and like I said, it requires next to no mental acuity. It is literally just change the apertures if you need to, and then make sure it's advanced. And that's pretty much it. The other thing that I want to talk about, and this is something I've maybe touched on a little bit in past previous videos, but the leatherette on this is fantastic. It might be like one of my favorites, just in terms of there's like a decent plushness to it, so you kind of have like a good bit to grip onto. It has like a soft leather feel. It's not too hard, but it's also not too soft. It doesn't feel like a cushion or anything like that. It feels very high quality. And I mentioned before, like the cheapness of the components to build this, that kind of, you can feel that sometimes, especially in the hollowness of the advance and the shutter discharge. But I think like the little notes, like the leatherette, made it a really pleasant experience. And I would say just generally a pleasant surprise. Going back to the point that I've made since the inception of this channel, you don't have to have the highest quality of photography gear to take good film photos, because ultimately if you have a camera that works, it's really the film and the photographer that matters more so than the gear. The gear helps, it helps kind of shift your mindset as to what you're doing, and if you feel more confident in the gear that you're using, obviously you're going to take better photos. But it's kind of one of those situations where there's not a finalized answer on this is the best camera, this is the worst camera. Like, it all exists kind of in a spectrum. There's things I really like that other people hate, and there's things that I really don't like that people love. And there's nothing wrong with that. For the longest time, this was something I really didn't like because, like I said, poor construction quality, not really valuable, and kind of a bitch to work on. But after shooting it, I kind of enjoyed it, and I can see this as a camera that somebody could also enjoy. Now, I don't think it's really great for a beginner necessarily, because I do think that it limits your ability to do stuff, affect change on the image. You only have the auto setting, you have M90 and bulb, but only having like the aperture priority is a little bit tough. But if you just wanted to get somebody into film photography and you know that they won't necessarily care about all of the little details that go into it, then this is a good bet. Or if you're a Nikon shooter and you just need a second camera, these are great for that. They usually don't work. I somehow lucked out, got two that did work. I'll probably be selling these soon just because I don't need more cameras. But I think for the time being, while I was shooting this, I did thoroughly enjoy it. And I wanted to revisit the discussion that I had in the past video that this was my least favorite camera, because at the time, and I still think in the mindset of repairs and resale, it's really not good for either of those. But in terms of just being a film camera, I would say the results I was able to achieve with this were, respectable at best. That is all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought. Have you shot a Nikon EM before? What were your feelings with it? All of those things. Please let me know. I'd love to hear back from you. Thank you again for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.